Welcome to Rambam In-Depth. Today we're going to be discussing the Rambam Hilchos Gagos, Perik Beis Halacha Yud. Hamoitzi es halulav b'yom tov harishon shel Chag shechali is b'Shabbos. A person who carries a lulav on the first day of Sukkot that occurs on a Shabbos. Now, the days of the Beis Hamikdash, you would bring the lulav, you would make the bracha on the lulav to fulfill the mitzvah, even when it occurs on Shabbos. Kedei lotzisba, you want to be yaitze, you want to fulfill your mitzvah. But he did it on Shabbos, when you're not allowed to carry. V'havirei arba ames b'shus harabim b'shegeg. And unintentionally, he carried it 4 cubits in the public domain, which is, of course, forbidden. And normally, you would have to bring a carbon chatas if you did it unintentionally. In this case, partim b'chatas, he's exempted from the chatas. Why? Shaharei b'rishus haitzi, because he carried with rishus. That means he carried in the pursuit of a mitzvah. He wasn't doing it for his own personal benefit. He was doing it for the purpose of fulfilling a mitzvah. Erroneously, true. But when Torah b'dvar mitzvah, when you err and do something on Shabbos that you're not allowed to do in the pursuit of a mitzvah, you are pater, you are exempted from bringing a carbon chatos. This is the Rambam's psak, and it's based on the Gemara in Sukkah. And the Gemara in Sukkah says that if a person, before he carried, held the lulav in his hand with the other minim, he fulfilled his obligation already. In that case, while he's carrying it, he's no longer doing a mitzvah. He already did the mitzvah. The second he held on to the lulav and the other minim, he already fulfilled the mitzvah of netilas lulav. Therefore, when he's carrying, he's no longer involved in the pursuit of the mitzvah, and therefore he would have to bring a chatos. So the Gemara in Sukkah Daf Mem Beis asks, in every case, when you carry the lulav into the street, as soon as you picked up the lulav, you already fulfilled your obligation. So that in every case, carrying is not done in the pursuit of a mitzvah because he already fulfilled the mitzvah. And the Gemara gives 2 answers. One answer is that it's possible to carry the lulav without fulfilling the mitzvah. For example, if the lulav is face downward, the lulav or esrig, when you do it in that way, it's not the normal way for its growth, then you did not fulfill the mitzvah. That's one approach, one answer. And another answer in the Gemara, if you carried the lulav in a keli, in a vessel, you didn't hold on to the lulav itself. In that case, you didn't fulfill your obligation. And when you carry in such a way, then while you're carrying it, you're in the pursuit of the mitzvah because you didn't fulfill the mitzvah yet. And therefore, you're pater, you're exempted from the carbon chatas. So the Mefarshim asks, but the Rambam here doesn't mention that. He just says, without qualifying it, that if you carry the lulav on the first day of Sukkot, when it occurs on a Shabbos, and you carried it 4 amos b'shus harabim b'shegeg, you are pater. So he should have said, it depends. If you carried it upside down, then you're pater. If you carried it right side up, then you're chayiv, because as soon as he carried it, he already fulfilled the mitzvah, and the rest of the carrying is, of course, done not in the pursuit of a mitzvah. So why doesn't the Rambam mention either that one, that he's held it upside down, or he carried it in a keli? So the Taisvus Yantif, commentary in the Mishnah, answers the Rambam paskins on Hilchos Shefer that mitzvahs tzrichas kavana, that a mitzvah requires kavana. The only exception to that is in Hilchos Chametz HaMatzah, the Rambam talks about eating matzah. There you don't need kavana because, as the commentaries explain, because there you had hana. But when you hear shefer without kavana, you're not mekayim the mitzvah. And likewise, when you carry the lulav, in this case, with the intention of fulfilling the mitzvah after you carried it. You're carrying it, dalet amos b'shus harabim, not to fulfill the mitzvah while you start carrying it. You're going someplace else to fulfill the mitzvah. That means that while he picked it up initially, before he carried it to 4 amos, he did not fulfill the obligation because his kavanah was not to fulfill the mitzvah, his kavanah to fulfill it later. Therefore, he is considered to have carried it with the intention, with the objective of doing it for the purpose of a mitzvah, and therefore he's exempted.